He chose the campsite because no one could sneak up on it. That's when he felt the rifle against his skull. Cold steel pressed into Jacob Brenner's temple before the sound of footsteps ever reached him. His hand froze halfway to the coffee pot, fire crackling inches away, muscles locking tight like a trap snapped shut. A voice followed, soft, controlled, sharp as a blade sliding free. "Don't move, white man." Jacob kept his eyes on the flames, watching them dance as if they might explain how this had gone so wrong. The pressure against his skull never wavered. Behind him he heard breathing, slow, steady. Whoever held that rifle wasn't afraid. They knew exactly what they were doing. "I'm not armed," Jacob said quietly. "Left my gun in the saddlebag." "I know," the voice replied. "I watched you unpack." The words sent a chill straight down his spine. He picked this spot carefully, cottonwoods near a creek bend, open ground on three sides, clear sight lines in every direction. No one should have been able to get this close without being seen. "What do you want?" he asked. A pause. Then the pressure lifted. "Turn around slowly." Jacob obeyed, hands visible turning on his heels, and stopped breathing. She stood 6 feet away, rifle steady on his chest. Apache, no doubt about it. Buckskin dress, turquoise beads woven into dark hair, moccasins that explained how she'd moved like a ghost through the trees. But it was her eyes that held him. One brown warm deep, like summer creek water. The other pale blue, cold and sharp as winter sky. Heterochromia. He'd heard stories, never believed them. Now two different worlds stared back at him from the same face. "You're alone," she said, not a question, a verdict. "No soldiers," Jacob replied. "No one, just me." Those mismatched eyes studied him, reading something he didn't know how to hide. "3 days ago," she said flatly. "The cavalry burned my family's camp, killed my father, took my mother and sister to Fort Thomas." Her voice held no anger. That emptiness was worse. "I escaped. They're looking for me. If you're a scout, say it now. I'll make it quick." Jacob shook his head. "I'm not a scout. I'm nobody. Used to ranch cattle in Montana. Bank took everything. Now I'm just passing through." "Passing through to where?" He hesitated. "Don't know yet." She tilted her head, thinking. The rifle dipped just an inch, not trust, consideration. "What's your name?" "Jacob Brenner." "I'm Nish," she said after a pause. "It means she who walks between." "Between what?" For the first time something flickered across her face. Not a smile, but close. "My people couldn't decide what my eyes meant. Some said between day and night. Others said between the living world and the spirit world." She lowered the rifle completely. "Now it mostly means I walk alone." Jacob understood that kind of loneliness. He felt it when the bank took his land, when his brother died in a mine collapse, when the last person who cared about him was lowered into Montana dirt. "The fire's still warm," he said carefully. "Coffee's hot. You look like you could use both." Nish studied him in silence, then nodded once. They sat across from each other as night settled over the cottonwood grove. She held the tin cup between her palms, letting the warmth soak in. "Why did they burn your camp?" Jacob asked, then winced. "Sorry." "No," she said, "it's a fair question." Her eyes stayed on the fire. "My father refused the reservation. Said our people lived in these mountains long before any white man came. Said the treaty promised us this land forever." She paused. "So they killed him for keeping a promise they made first." The word yes hung in the air like smoke. Later, when she asked why he was nobody, Jacob told her the truth. About the ranch, the debt, the loss. "That's where you're wrong," Nish said when he mentioned heading south. "Nothing good is south. Fort Thomas is south. The reservation is south." She leaned forward. "North is mountains, rough, free. A person could disappear there." And you, Jacob asked. If soldiers see us together, she said bluntly, they'll hesitate, ask questions. That gives us time. Time for what? To run. The logic was cold, practical. But inside, Jacob felt something stir. Purpose. All right, he said. North it is.